school's always been like my strong suit. Since young, I've always, gotten decent grades, good grades.
But not all of his classmates will be attending college next year.
You're about to go to college. But what about your peers who are not in that same space?
I feel like with my generation, a lot of us, value immediate gratification rather than, the long-term route of going to college, getting a degree, and hopefully, getting a job, because it's a lot that could come with that. Some people have to provide for their families right away, and they don't have the time to be in school.
And that is part of the reason why the number of black men attending four-year colleges has dropped over 20% since 2010. Even at historically black colleges and universities, black men account for just 26%
to do the work to address many of the issues that you have been talking about today.
Great. And can you tell us maybe specifically, Dr. Bush, what some of those remedies look like? What are some of the things that the programming, that speaks to some of those issues and challenges?
Thank you for that question. I think what's important first, before we really talk about specific programs, is to talk about the approach that educators must take when trying to successfully serve black men. For men and educational leaders who work with our organization, the first thing we know that is important is not to problematize black males. That we have to first understand that black males is not the problem in the room that needs to be fixed. That the reason why black men are not successfully completing our institution, and as you will see for the data, oftentimes are no longer choosing to attend institutions, is because systematically the structure of the college itself is not an affirming environment, not conducive to the success of black males. And so we believe that the institution needs to adjust, that there needs to be a reimagination and a restructuring of the college themselves in order to produce the outcomes, as opposed to consistently focus on driving programs to students with the notion or idea that there's something wrong with them.
Sure. No, I think that's extremely important to name that. No, this is not about demonizing or problematizing black men.
Agreed.
Absolutely. Yeah. No, of course. But now that for those of us that certainly start with that approach, as you're saying, what are the problems that are in place in these systems? In these systems that need to be addressed. What systemically needs to change, Dr. Bush? Yeah.
Absolutely. Well, we know representation is important. And so oftentimes when we go to college campuses, particularly predominantly white institutions, black males do not see a reflection of themselves inside of the classroom. Oftentimes within outreach departments, these are departments.
Hello, my lovers of history, my historians. Let me get straight into it. The reason why young black men are not going to college, or black men, period, are not going to college at the same rate they once were, is not because instant gratification. It's not because they have to work for their families and they have to start working right off the bat. This is not the 1970s and before. This is 2025. There are many ways to make money today. There are a lot of ways to sustain yourself today. You just got to go out there and get it. And the reason why they're not going out there and getting these degrees is not because it's not their fault. It's not black men's fault. And a lot of black men have to stop blaming themselves and blaming and putting it on themselves, or making up these internal problems about themselves, because that's not the case. See, the case is this. It's a word called phenomenological existentialism. And this is a long word that all it means is that the things that you are surrounded with, the things that happen in your life are always going to be a part of your existence. They are always going to be a part of what you do. And your behaviors of how you interact with others or other institutions or things that benefit or do not benefit you. And the things that the phenomenological existentialism for black men is the biggest haters of black men. And the biggest haters of black men are young black women and older black men. Young black women and older black men hate young black men. It's for many reasons. But if you just, as a black man, think back over your life, just think. Who has been the most, who has had the most oppressive nature towards you? It's like Tupac said, they tell me it's the white man I should fear, but it's my own kind doing all the killing here. Who has killed your motives the most? Who has stopped you from mating the most? Who has talked about you the most? Who has told other people to be threatened by you the most? Who has told their daughters that they should not need a man? Raised them in a way that they should not need a man? Told them to their face, you don't need no man. Be without a man. Who are these men who have made prison culture cool? I'm talking about before drill music, prison culture was made cool. Who is all these men who are teaching these young men that prison culture is cool? That if you're not running a track meet, shooting a jump shot, or selling drugs, you basically not hard. You basically not, you not tough. You not a desire. What women have taught you that? What men have taught you that? Just think back over your life. Who has talked about you the most? Who has the biggest colorism issue? Who has demonized you the most in your own community, calling you deadbeats, calling you dusty, calling you short or just downright been disrespectful to you? Just think back over your life, black man. Think of all the people in your life. Identify the people who have withheld information from you, who have tried to push you out of circles, who have tried to box you in to, if you're not this or you're not that, then you can't date me, or you're not valuable as a son, or you're not valuable as a young man. It's only been two people. And the only reason older black women have not done this because older black women are sexually attracted to younger black men. So that sexual attraction overrides what any animosity or some animosity they have toward young black men. Because don't get me wrong, older black women have a certain animosity toward young black men too, but not at the same rate that older black men and younger black women have toward younger black men. The person that is going to harm you, and it don't have to be physically. It did not have to be physically. But the person that is going to harm you, get you in trouble, try to bring you down, try to talk about you, try to box you out, or try to box you in, or position you in a way where they're over you at all times, is going to be younger black women and older black men. Now, who are the people in college today? Who are the people in college today? Younger black women and older black men. Older black men who do not associate with younger black men. They have no type of conversation or relationships with younger black men. Matter of fact, younger black women are the the progenitors of trying to make black men seem gay if they do have a good relationship with each other. It can be a purely financial relationship. It can be any type of relationship. But a younger black woman with her mind. Okay, let me give you this story. My sister, and I think I've told you this story before. I was telling my sister that when I speak to young black men, or when I speak to any black man, I say, "What's up, God? Peace, God. How you doing, God? What's up, G?" Because what I'm doing is I'm acknowledging him as a God that I have seen in my life. She said that's gay. She said that's gay. Why did she say that? Why would my sister tell me that that's gay for me to say, to call another man God? And then she said, you sound like them boys that be like, that's a black king right there. Like a gay dude saying that, calling another black man a king. I said, man. I said what she was actually saying was that I do not see. My sister is a young black woman, 25. What she is saying is that I do not see black men as gods. I don't see black men like that. So you shouldn't see black men like that. Anybody that sees black men in that way is suspect. See, a younger black woman, it's embedded in her from a younger age to discredit you and be above you in any way possible, and to manipulate you into doing things the way she sees to do things, by shaming you on whatever things you do outside of what she sees as manly. So if you're not a thug, if you're not selling drugs, if you can't take your life and put it on Power and be a character in the show, in the TV show, the TV sitcom Power, or the TV series Power. If you can't substitute your life in the TV series Power, you are not the ultimate attractive male in her life. And anything you do is suspect if you can't take your life and put it in the TV series Power. And the people who watch Power the most are who? Young black women and older black males. Older black women don't care about Power like that. I know a lot of older black women. They don't care about Power like that. The TV show, the TV series Power. The people who watch and simp and feminine and black and young black men who praise young black women or praise black women, all of them watch Power because what is exemplified on Power is the idea of this hyper masculine male that is appeasing to the eyes of black women. It's appeasing to the dramatization of every little situation that causes some type of chaotic circumstance in their mind is appeasing to young black women. See, this narrative that young black men are not going to college, it's a narrative that they catch at a point. They don't catch it at the root because they know the root of it is black women. They know the root of it. If they have to deal with it, they will have to stop dealing with black girls rock and say that black boys rock. They know that they would have to stop this pushing black women and start concentrating on black boys and start getting more programs for black boys. And white people do not want that. So young black women and older black men, they're so ignorant. They just play into it by saying that it's black boys instant gratification. It's black boys that are that are wanting to sell drugs, or it's black boys that are wanting to work right out of school and provide for their families. They give up all of these excuses, and these excuses are just excuses to help young black women not have any accountability for their actions, from youth to them getting to college, from the black community actions, from how they treat young black males to all the way until they get to college. Because the most disrespected person in the black community today, in America today, is the black male. And they don't see how that a lot of these black leaders are being pulled down, like Diddy, because Diddy is a black leader. They knew that they had you as a black people when they pulled Diddy down, and they call him having these freaky parties. Listen, I ain't never heard in my life anybody in Hollywood being outed and brought down on charges for a party. A party is supposed to be crazy. If you not participating in everything in the party, like Marlon Wayne said, I'm leaving. What does Diddy party have to do with criminal investigations? And why are the black community mocking him and making a mockery of him when this dude is a billionaire? And it's white people attacking him. And why are they so obsessed with this homosexuality that's going on in these parties? Like, what? That's their prerogative. If you're not about that, then what? Why are you making so much fun about it? It's because in the black community, it is cool to bring a black man down. They have quickly made it that. They have quickly made it that cool, that fast, to bring a black man down. Do not think that this could happen to a black woman, because black people will be up in arms for her. They will tell you, stay out of her business. That's her. Let her do what she want to do. Now, I get it. Him hitting a woman is wrong. That's the only wrong I see. Where does all this other investigation come from, though? You think ain't no white parties like that in Hollywood? And Diddy's the only one getting flack for it? He's the only one getting in trouble? Come on, man. I mean, the black people are just so stupid today because they are following whatever the white man says, whatever white people say. And it's traumatizing to a lot of young black men, because young black men see this and they see, I don't even have a chance. That's the reason why they're not going to college, because it has been built in them from their youth that if I'm not playing a sport or I'm not selling drugs, there's no use for me going to college, because drug dealers are allowed in college. There's a lot of drug dealers in college, and there's a lot of athletes in college. And if your parents don't have the money or haven't focused on giving you the knowledge you need to go to college or to do good in school in your primary education, because just because you didn't do good in your primary education doesn't mean you're not going to do good in your secondary education. See, what the thing is they have told themselves that these young black women and these older black men don't see me in this way. So why not work? Why not get a trade? Why not get another job or do whatever else there is to make money? And that's the reason why young black men are not going to college the way they used to go to college. Not because instant gratification, not because they're trying to work and they have to work. No, it's because the black community it's okay to pull a black man down from his youth. If he's not playing sports, if he's not hyper masculine, selling drugs or 6'5", and it's if he's not tall from his youth, it is okay to tear him down so that you can lift this black woman up. And that's what Black Girls Rock is. Black Girls Rock is lift us up above black men. That's all Black Girls Rock is. I remember I was going to a conference, a research conference one day, and when I was walking, it was an all girls event happening. And as I'm walking up to the doors, they had the doors open because I had to go through this event to get to our event that was on the other side. And when I walked up, I'm in a nice, dress shirt and slacks. When I walked up, it was like 4 black women, 1 white woman, and 2 little black girls. And the event was just all girls, all different races of girls. It was like an event for them. When I walked up, I spoke. I said, how y'all doing? And not a single woman spoke to me. Not a single woman spoke to me, because as I am going, I have a bag, and they can see my folders and my binders and my books in my bag, because it's just a short, handle bag. What they saw was a young black man that was educated. Black women, no woman, black, white, Hispanic, let me tell you something. No woman likes to see that. Not even black women like to see that. Black women hate that the most, and that don't matter what age you are. Black women have no care in the world for an educated young black man. She does not want her desire and her ultimate man that she wants in her life is not a man that is educated. And that is side by side with black men not being able to thrive in a black community. But also on the other side is black women not wanting an educated black man. And black men too, the older black men, who were raised mostly by black women, who know what black women like, who are in their careers or wherever they are, they don't like an educated young black man. They despise an educated young black man, but they will deal with him. But an educated young black man will never be dealt with by a black woman. And she might talk and say, where are the black men at in college? But that's not what her actions are relating to. Her actions are relating to, I don't even care. What did Wale say in that song? All the college girls want a thug. Man, I say all the girls From the library, the black girl from the library, from the black girl on stage singing whatever song it is, to the black girl is a professor, to the black girl who's an administrator, to the black girl working at Mickey D's, to the black girl who working at a gas station, to the black girl in the pharmaceutical industry, pharmacy, to the black nurse, to the black Uber driver. All want the same thing. A thug black man. But for a white guy, they'll take him educated, corporate. He can be nerdy as I don't know what. He can be a farmer, a cow. He can be all these things in her eyes. And that goes into her as a woman raising those type of children. That young white boy from when he's young can grow up and be anything in her eyes. A child can feel that. But a young black male, he has two choices. Either you playing ball, basketball, football. They don't really date baseball players like that, but some will. But those the only three sports that's the top of your desire. So you only got 3 sports. Or you thugging it out. You thugging hard. You are a criminal. A drug dealing criminal. That is her ideal of you since you were a little boy. Now, when she grew up and got older, of course her idea of you changed. But the damage has already been done. And you got young black men out here saying dumb stuff like that. It's instant gratification. We have to work and stuff like that. Dawg, what? Instant gratification can be a plus. You get tired of that. You get around the right people and instant gratification goes away. It ain't that. This ain't the 1970s. You don't have to work right after school to feed your family and stuff. Man, your family be just fine. You going to college and getting a degree. I promise you. If they struggling, there's not too many people blowing up in a year, bro. If they're struggling in that year, they gonna struggle for about 4 more years until you get that degree. Whatever degree you want. But the thing is, they do not see you like that.
What's your favorite thing about black men?
The muscles, they be big. I like their smile and skin complexion. I love dark skin men. White teeth gonna get me every time.
They just know how to dress for real.
What's your favorite thing about black men?
They have manners. They're like respectful. Like they actually like care about like the way that the women they talk to feel.
What's your favorite thing about black men?
Nothing. Black men suck.
They're
bad. They cheat. They don't care. I'm with the white boys.
What's your favorite thing about black men?
Definitely have to say the melanin. Something about the color really does it for me.
Okay, all right, what you about that?
You know, it's like something about a Blasian baby. Okay. Something about it.
What's your favorite thing about black men?
I love how protective they are. Very good energy. Very fun to be around.
What's your favorite thing about black men and women?
Big lips. They could do more.
What's your favorite thing about black men?
Nothing.
All right, why say that?
I don't like black men. Not very many meet my standards.
They're not honest. They don't care.
They tell you straight up. They don't sugarcoat nothing.
Hey, what's your favorite thing about black men?
Waves is so attractive. Like, why everybody trying to grow their hair out? That's not cute.
Hey, what's your favorite thing about black men?
Nothing. They're just terrible.